Your parents' training is you meaning installing something that's not supposed to be there.
All these things now affected them. 20% of our mothers experienced abusive marriage. It's like a manipulation that has been passed down from one generation to another. My parents, in my family, when I was growing up, my mom is very hardworking. She owned a school, she did this, she did that. But because they have told them to be under man, do this, when the family, not just my dad, were oppressing her, she couldn't speak up for herself. And I grew up watching her. And this is what messed with a lot of Gen Zs. Because you grow up and not want to be like your parents.
Like your mom, especially.
And yes. I have phobia for marriage. So that I don't end up like that.
You
they are
have phobia
happily
for
married
marriage?
now. They're still, yes.
Are you serious?
They're still married now, quite sure. I know the shit she had to take to keep her marriage. So that she don't go back to their family and they say that, Jonathan are begging. You get, they have told them to endure shame. You should carry mess instead of enjoying going home and taking shame from.
Let me come with that thing now. You know, some people, there's something in this life, there's something in this that is messing with a lot of us.
Okay.
You can't train your daughter to listen to everything a man says. Don't have your own word. Say yes. Don't say no. Don't do this. They beat you, stay in your husband's house. That's the kind of training they gave them.
Oh, my mother didn't train me like that.
Okay.
She actually trained me to speak up.
That's the education you should be giving your kids.
Yes, these millennials, they have more respect than the Gen Zs. You can't beat that.
Okay, let me give you an example. My ex-boyfriend spent 14 years of his life in apprenticeship. Do you know what 14 years is?
Call the fact.
But wait.
You know that the apprenticeship is no longer in terms. Like, it's no longer working.
Now, how many billionaires and billionaires do they have then? And how many billionaires and millionaires do we have now? You have to be up to 30, 40, 50 for you to be able to touch money.
You think millennials are groomed to think in one way?
Yes.
I'm a millennial and I'm evolving.
But wait now. Because if you think
we're talking about those men that went to learn work.
So he doesn't have the exposure.
Thank you. That's what that grooming does to them. That thing, they go and learn work. Because that is the way they feel life should be.
No, I don't think so.
We're back again on Powerhouse TV. And let me introduce myself. My name is Williams, aka Uneducated Hustler. And I have my two ladies here. Miss
Chioma Okafor. My name is Chioma Okafor. I'm the CEO of Candy Box Beauty. And I'm here with Williams, the ugly stylist.
and
Okay, my name is Purple Diamond and I'm just Purple Diamond.
okay. Ladies, there's something that makes me to call you girls here.
Okay.
There is the comparison that is happening. Say yours is like 90s and maybe 80s or 70s, and they call them millennial and Gen Z. Like in general aspect now, in general form, which one do you think is perfect? Like with their life in general, just whatever it is that is happening. Gen Z's, there's a kind of the millennial, there's kind of both of them have some. There's a problem between the balancing is not yet okay.
Okay. So you're trying to find the balance.
I want to find the balancing.
Okay.
Okay.
So can I hear from you? Because
okay, you want to hear from me because you think I'm a millennial.
yeah.
Okay, guys. The thing is, I'll speak for the millennials actually. Gen Z, millennial. I would say I think I like the era of the millennial in some aspects, not in every aspect. But then, millennials have respect. Millennials were taught to be followership. Like there's this thing your mother would say don't do and you will not do. Your father would say not do it. But if it's a Gen Z, you dare not.
I have a Gen Z here.
Okay.
So I want to.
I think I would have loved her to finish.
Okay.
So I can hear what she has to say. So I'll be able to defend whatever she's saying.
Okay, can I hear?
All right. Like, the millennials, oh my God. I was born then. And then I know that we have more respect, more good attitude. I wouldn't say good actually. There are some of us that are bad, but then you won't actually compare that era to this. This era, they don't have respect. This era, they don't want to hear anything you're saying. In fact, they don't want to be under anybody.
So your problem is the respect.
It's not the respect.
Okay, mind you, I don't see myself as a Gen Z. I was born at the peak of it. Like 1997 is like not even Gen Z. Do you
Yeah,
get?
Okay.
I think I'm just mistaken. I just entered here mistaken.
Stylishly.
So I think the way you were trained, we are also actually trained like that. So I won't say they didn't teach you respect. They groomed you to be one thing or the other. Do you get?
Oh, really?
Yes. Millennials, they were not trained with respect, like he said. They were groomed. They were manipulated. They opened
You
their
think it's
head
manipulation?
and installed what was not supposed to be there.
You think so?
Yes. that's
So
what
your
I think.
parents' training is you, meaning installing something that's not supposed to be there. Your
Yes.
parents training you.
Somehow, yes. Because their own parents educated them in a manner that should not be. Especially the women. Let's leave men out of this right now. As a girl,
Yeah.
I know that my parents, my mom in particular, I know they must have trained them to be a woman. Don't speak up. Don't talk when a man is talking. Don't do this. Don't do that.
Okay.
Do you get? So all these things now affected them. And then growing up, having kids, they installed that kind of mindset into their kids.
So you're trying to tell me it affected them negatively.
negatively.
Why
Yes.
negatively?
Why not?
I don't know
Because-
positive people.
Do you know that 90% of women, our mothers,
Okay.
let's use our mothers, 90% of our mothers experienced abusive marriage.
Okay.
Not just from the family, not just from the husband, but from the general family.
Are you trying to tell
entirely.
me there is no abusive marriage right now in this
There
Gen Z
is.
generation?
It got worse because now all of us has been trained the way our parents trained us.
Okay.
Their own parents trained them to train. It has been it's like a manipulation that has been passed down from one generation to another. So for me, I feel like Gen Z, they are exposed. You get? They're deciding to break that course because
I will not rule out that it's.
You say cause.
yes, because you cannot train
How
your
is it
kids.
oh Jesus,
You-
I didn't
you
hear what
can't
you said.
train
How is
your
it a
kids.
cause?
You can't train your daughter to listen to everything a man says. Don't have your own word. Say yes. Don't say no. Don't do this. They beat you. Stay in your husband's house. That's the kind of training they gave them.
Oh well, but can I
Gen Z
say
abi?
millennial?
Millennials.
No.
But can I take this person out now? My mother didn't train me like that.
Okay.
She actually trained me to speak up.
Okay.
Yes, I had fear for her. Even when I started seeing my flow, I was scared to tell her. Because why? They already told us that once a man touches you, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
So stay away from men. Stay away from men. That's what we keep
That's
hearing.
the education you should be giving your kids. You know the problem.
but that's not a
you know the
cause.
problem we had.
But that is not a cause.
It is.
It's
What
not
are
a
you
cause.
saying? Let me tell you something like this now. I don't know. My mom is a very churchious person.
Okay.
Like she was something sort of a pastor, and she's a teacher, so she's exposed. You won't tell me she's not educated.
Okay.
She is. But that thing that has been installed in her from her parents is there, and somehow she also gives it out to us somehow. Now, like you said, your mom educated you about menstrual flow, everything, and you're scared to tell her when she had educated you on what it actually is, where it should be heading.
Okay.
You won't have
Okay,
fear
so
to
that's
tell her.
that's the exposure you're talking about.
Yes.
Is that I'm not disputing that fact of the exposure of the Gen Zs, but that doesn't mean that we millennials are not exposed. We were in our own time, and then when I want you to pinpoint this thing. You say the respect is my problem, right?
Yeah.
Yes, these millennials, they have more respect than the Gen Zs. You can't beat that.
What do you call disrespect?
What do I call disrespect?
What's the definition of this
Okay,
disrespect
okay.
you're talking
Now
about?
let me give you an example.
Okay.
Back then, there's something called Unwa Boy apprenticeship in Igbo
Yes.
land.
Yeah.
When somebody is growing up, parents think like, okay, I want my friend Achonka Baulu, Achonka Nwama Baulu.
Okay.
They will now take the baby to a man that has that, that they feel like will train the baby to a point where he will become, established in business, and they will open a shop for him. Right now, you don't see that happening. Guys these days don't want to calm down to learn.
You think that tradition is good?
Why is it not good?
Okay, let me give you an example. My ex-boyfriend spent 14 years of his life in apprenticeship. Which right now, something Gen Z is sit down and learn on the phone. Go to short trainings and learn. Seek out funds and start their own businesses.
Call the
But
facts.
do you know what 14 years is?
But wait.
Call the facts.
But wait, I want
Call the
no,
facts.
Wait, I want to come into this
Okay.
discussion now. Do you know that 14 years that this guy spent with that man is not only about the business?
What's it about? Tell me.
It's about there's a training that is going on
In banking in him.
In banking in him. It's not only about the money.
It's not about the business.
It's not about the money, only about the money.
There's this grooming.
It's about the grooming. First
This
of
is
all,
grooming.
you need to know about this business, how to spend, how to minus, how to even to make that kid a grown man.
Okay.
A man that can start for himself.
Yes.
Calm down. Don't gang up against me.
Oh,
Wait.
Sorry, we're not ganging up against.
No.
So-
You talk about a man now.
so sorry.
I want to come in.
Okay, he's a man. That's why he came
I
in.
want to come
Okay,
in.
fine.
Wait. Let me
Alright.
finish now.
Okay.
This generation is a lazy generation.
Oh.
That's why I say sometimes I'll be like, if I look at some guys of this generation, like these Gen Zs, I'll be like, is it this guy is going to marry tomorrow? What is this guy going to influence in their children? Because you said about 14 years, that's why I'm coming. Wait. If this guy don't have this training,
What training will he give the children?
He don't give what he don't have.
He don't give what he don't have.
He don't give what he don't have.
Exactly. What training will he give his children?
What training? You think it's money? If it's not about money, that child is going to be
Okay.
Useless.
Okay, I get what you guys are saying.
Because it's garbage in, garbage out.
It's all.
That's why.
It all
That's why.
boils down to
That's why you see that
respect.
Igbos produce more billionaires than universities.
But do you know that
Wait,
the
no.
apprenticeship is no longer in terms? Like it's no longer working.
You are CEO, Abi,
Yes, I am.
and you learn work, Abi.
Yes, I did.
How many of these Gen Zs are coming for you to have a training?
Ladies. Wahala. If they come, they don't want to mellow down. Like I will come now and I see this thing is not where it's supposed to be in the shop. And then you ask them, okay, auntie, I go do her. And then the next thing they are on their phone. Chatting or doing what that thing is gone.
Come on, let me tell
Okay.
you something. Let me use myself as an example.
All right.
My mom is a teacher. I'm supposed to be a graduate. I'm supposed to be this, that. But I'm a smart person. I'm not intelligent, but I'm smart.
Smart. Okay.
I know I cannot learn from school. I know that is not what I want in my life.
Okay.
From a very young age. Like this now, I can do more than 20 things.
Okay.
I braid. Williams to tell you, I do epoxy flooring. I do all those things. How did I learn it? Did I go and spend 14 years in one thing?
No, you did not.
I own a rice mill. When I tell people I'm a farmer, they laugh. Because they don't think, like you said, Gen Z will work. You say it's a latest generation. Now, how many billionaires and billionaires do they have then? And how many billionaires and millionaires do we have now? Then, you have to be up to 30, 40, 50 for you to be able to touch money. Because they feel like there is a process to it. Thereby producing a lot of poor people.
Poor people.
Very, very
You
poor.
think so?
Poor is not just about money. Mindset too.
Okay.
It's poverty.
Okay.
Now, your parents want you to go to school, spend how many years in school, and I believe that education is a means to an end.
Okay.
When
yeah,
you have the end, why do you
definitely.
need the means? That's why I say I'm smart.
Okay.
They gave me my school fees. I used to host shows. I made more money to do more things. That's why I'm where I am today. That if I want to sell this cup, I have millions of people to buy this cup because I didn't go and sit down in class and read for the same things that people have been reading for years and it does not taking them anywhere. It's something I can sit down. I can speak 3 different languages. I didn't learn in school.
Oh.
I learned it online.
I don't want to cut it short. I just want you to finish.
Do you get?
Okay.
These are things that being in this generation have taught us to do. Instead of going to carry your head and put in one thing and stay years. What will happen if that business crash? Do you know how many billionaires came back from the north because their shop burnt, because they have learned years work for years, and then they settle them and all their things is based on that one work they do. But right now, it cannot happen now.
You think so?
It cannot
It's still
happen
happening.
now. It's not.
It's
It is happening. It's for people that were in that line.
in that line.
This my ex-boyfriend I talked about earlier that I said 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now I'm trying. When we were dating, I was like, he should bring his business online. He brings in solar things and everything. He should do this. He doesn't have an idea of that because there is already a line. And do you know that the world is changing?
Yeah, the world is revolving.
We're supposed to change with it, but they have been groomed to think in one way.
You
So
think
they-
millennials
Yes.
are groomed to think in one way?
Yes.
I'm a millennial and I'm evolving.
But wait now, because if you think
We're talking
me
about
too,
those men that went to learn work for years.
Okay.
People talk about the respect they learn there. They don't learn respect there. They learn how to become what their bosses were. forgetting that the world is changing. Their bosses learned how to use book and paper. And I have a young boy now of 32 years that learns work. He speaks English, right? Because not what I say, and you get, but he cannot, he installs camera in hotels and everything.
Camera.
Yes, but he finds it hard to communicate, to do a lot of things. But he's a young boy.
So he doesn't have the exposure.
Thank you. That's what that grooming does to them. That thing, they go and learn work. Because that is the way they feel life should be.
No, I don't think so.
Tell me why you don't think so.
There's a point you were making, and it made me feel like you were trying to demote education. Like education, I know they say is a key, but there are some times that education is not the key. But then you were generalizing this thing, making it look like it's needless to go to school.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, is that not what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Wait, I want to ask a question. What do you hate about what do you hate about the Gen Zs?
What do I hate about Gen Zs? What I hate is that for the men, they're overdoing the feminism, the whole exposure. They feel like we know everything, they're overdoing it. It's getting out of hand. If it was controlled,
That's why okay.
If it was controlled, it's good. But right now it's blowing out of proportion in ways it shouldn't be going.
What the ladies?
No,
she's talking about the
For
Gen Z men.
Yeah, the ladies.
For the ladies, I don't hate anything about it.
About the Gen Z.
Yes.
At all.
Because what you feel is audacity, is insult, is this, is that, is what's giving them some kind of edge. Do you know what women of that generation went through? Me as a person, I wasn't really in that generation, but do you know what I went through? Okay, I used to be a dancer. Do you know how many rape experiences that I went through?
Did you speak up?
Why would I speak up? Is that what they taught us? They taught you to be a woman, to sit one place.
But you're a Gen Z.
To put your legs together. But that's why I said I don't see myself as a Gen Z, because I was born in between. Do you get?
Okay.
Our parents told us to sit like this, don't do this. Everything is your fault as a woman. You're not supposed to go there. But now, these Gen Zs, they speak up. They have been exposed to a lot of things. You know that this is wrong and this is right. But they did not tell us what is wrong and right.
Okay, so let me ask you, do you think this Gen Z era is doing more good than harm?
For women,
Generally.
I always say it's not a straight answer. I can't answer it straight because everything that has advantage has disadvantage.
Okay.
So I can't say it's doing good.
So for women, you think it's doing more good,
Yes.
and then for the men, you think it's not doing good.
It's messing with them. That's all them to princesses.
Are you not being biased?
Wait. You said it's making them.
That's all them to princesses. They don't know what to do as
Princesses.
a man. Yes. They don't know how to be a man anymore now.
Oh my God, this one hits me.
Yes, and men of this generation don't know how to be a man. Like you said, I
Princesses.
wonder how they will be fathers to their kids. Like next generation will be something
I hope they are
else
not here because they
are
will
not
attack
fathers
you.
anymore.
They will attack you. I hope
Yes,
they're
but
not
they're not
here.
fathers anymore.
What do you like about Gen Zs?
Gen Zs, apart from the exposure she's talking about, I don't think there's something I would have loved to be a Gen Z. I love millennial where I'm coming from.
What do you like about millennial?
What do I like? What do I really like? Let me not. If I say this, I'm going to contradict myself. I like the respect and reservation they had. Because our parents were reserved. They trained us to be reserved. You get? But with the Gen Z exposure, you don't know what reservation is. They don't know how to be reserved. They don't know how to have respect, like you said.
They speak it as it is, not
Yes.
even minding who is
And people don't know the difference between respect and audacity.
But let me ask you a question. The problem of 15 years, 16 years, 17 years child every time it's a weed. Everywhere. A guy.
Are you talking about a particular gender?
No, both male and female.
Both genders.
Yeah, and this is Gen Zs. What do you think?
I think that is a negative effect of this whole Gen Z thing. They think drugs, highness is the thing. Like you have to be, if you're not smoking or if you're not drinking or if you're not getting
it. You're not. Yeah.
Yes, I think that is the only issue I would say is affecting both the male and the female gender of Gen Zs. I think that's the issue we have, because every other thing that arises from this, they know what they're doing, but the highness is fucking with
Then
them.
do you think it's doing more harm than good? I just want to.
This highness thing is doing very much harm than good. I'm like, I'm not a victim.
So
Nobody dragged me home.
with that being said, why are you thinking Gen Z is better than millennial?
Apart from this particular issue now, in every other aspect, the exposure, the smartness, the
Do you think Gen Z's make more money
Than the
than
millennial.
millennial?
way more money.
It's a lie.
Way more money.
Tell me.
Can you see a
Tell me,
at that
Gen Z.
time? Can you see a 24-year-old millionaire?
24-year-old millionaire does not exist then because the money was more legit.
Please, I bought my first land at 20 years. I opened my business. How old was I? Okay, in 2020, I opened my business.
What were you doing that gave you that kind of money?
I opened my business 140,000. I was smart. I know how to buy and sell.
You know how to
Buy and sell
manage.
without money, sir.
Because of you see yourself in between the Gen Zs.
How do you
That's what I wanted to say now.
How do you think I learned how to do it? How do you think
How do you know that's what I wanted to say now?
Do you know before?
I asked
You
for-
guys were trained to learn work and wait for your guy to settle you and give you money. But this generation has taught us that you can do anything. I always tell people if you want to start a business, you don't need money.
Okay.
Any business you want to start, you can start it without money.
There's something I want to ask you.
Be the link
Because online,
between the person that has the goods
the wholesaler
and the
and then
buyer.
the end user.
That's how I started. If I open my own mill, nobody knows
Okay.
I don't own a mill. For 1-2 years, they thought I own a mill and everything. I knew how to pay influencers to promote my business. My business grew and grew in 1 year. I
Okay.
stood up, all the money I had, I paid the influencers first. I don't have
That's
goods.
different. Should I start giving
So what
you
are you saying?
instances of billionaires who have back then?
Okay,
Is
Billionaires, tell me their age.
Is Actors
age.
Enupo a
Tell
Gen
me their
Z?
age.
Is Actors Enupo a Gen
Tell me
Z?
his age when he made money.
wait.
His age when he made money.
Yes.
He was in his
Nobody
30s.
then made money in between their 20s. It's not possible.
There's something she said I want to tackle her.
Okay.
You said that these generations are princesses, right?
Yeah.
The men
The men.
are princesses.
Do you know why?
Why?
There's a time for money in a man's life. In able to know how to manage a family.
Exactly. That's the key point. There is a time for money. You can be a 27 or 22 years and own millions.
Wait,
How do
now,
you?
wait. That is the why you said this generation is princesses, because that time of them to learn about family,
There isn't
the
it
time
to go
to make that
online and
money.
then make money.
and that money comes, they won't have that time to go
So
back
now groom
and
themselves
they
family.
want to marry, and the person they are married to is still the same of their age. That one is always online. That one is always no. It don't even learn. That one is like you said. You are learning all these things. You are trying to do all this and that. It's few that the parents are still groom. Like, oh, there's a you are
Have
coming from
groomed
lineage.
some kind of
No, wait.
grooming.
That lineage. There's a kind of lineage. There's a kind of family where you come in. There's no matter how stubborn you're trying to be, they will amend you
Yes.
in a little way, not all, but in a little way. Some of them, no, tell me, how can a guy of 25 years having like over 100 million in his account is trying to respect a woman that don't have any work doing?
Not at all.
He want to keep you here, and that and that person he want to keep here. My dear, you don't have much talk. You think you are smart, but you're not smart.
You
That's-
guys are conflicting a lot of things.
Okay.
What you just said about a man having money and a woman, do you know that right now I see children growing up owning businesses. I'll be like, what was I doing at their age? If I was trained like this, if I was that exposed, it won't be like this for me. I would have started when I started being hardworking. Let me just use that word.
Ask me why do you think divorcee is much in this era?
Okay.
Now, people that are divorcing now actually are millennials.
Millennials.
Yes,
Because-
let me tell
wait,
you why.
wait, wait,
Williams,
okay.
wait. Let me tell you why. Because their parents trained them to be women, marry, stay under your husband. Now they are online, seeing that
What
Gen Zs
is
are
this?
breaking records, doing more than what they should have done. Now they want to start doing it. That is why their marriage are in shackles and in problems.
I like that.
Because when they want to go into businesses, their husbands are used to them being under them. Now they will see children doing businesses. My small sister,
After I finish.
my small cousin can sew clothes now and do this thing. She owns her own clothing line and everything. when I was her age, my mom carried me to go school, one school. I went to 6 secondary schools. I no gree go school.
Let me come.
Do you get? They were forcing me to school.
Are you serious?
This is not be waiting. I went to six
secondary
I no
schools.
gree.
After I told you something.
Do you get?
Do you know why? No, wait. You said nah. The millennials are trying to look towards.
They're
Gen
seeing
Z.
that we are doing things what we are supposed to be doing as women.
Let me tell you the fact. Should I tell you the fact?
Tell me.
How many billionaires that is not online that have seen divorce?
Actually,
Marriages have their problems.
Wait
You know why they
now.
don't divorce? Because they told them not to. They are trained not to divorce.
No, you said
These women are
wait
trained
now.
to take shit
No.
from
there's
men.
he's going somewhere. He
Okay.
said not online.
Not online.
So I think his issue now is that social media.
social media is the problem.
Social media.
Now get my answer with
Okay.
what he said.
Okay.
Our parents did not divorce. They are not online because they have been trained.
No, I'm not talking about our parents. I said billionaires.
now,
I get what you're
After Senukpo,
now,
Obi Kubana. Wait, they are. I'm trying to say, those ones are way bigger.
Obi Kubana is online.
Wait, I'll say that people are way bigger. Listen, Tony Erumelu, Abi,
Emmanuel is big now.
do you know your wife?
I know the wife
Why? How do you know your wife? The wife?
because he always shows her. She's online, but then she's not a social media person.
Okay. So you think that's why their marriage lasts?
See these people. Wait, you see these people? That these billionaires, their women, their wives, could tell their friends
Okay.
the people they are dealing with.
Williams, you don't get it. Why I say you don't get it is that
Okay.
why their marriage are lasting is because no more in Amakwan did your yakuzilo. That's what I'm trying. Let me speak to you so you can understand me.
Okay.
They were taught to
Endure.
Yes.
Endure.
And
But why our generation is divorcing is because they don't take shit. They already know that this is wrong.
And then you think the shit that they don't take is doing better than the people that took it and stayed well.
I'm asking,